Hey everybody, welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. We're back on our court farms and contract series. But before we get into today's episode, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button as well, because that does help me out. And I also want to take the time just to thank every single one of my channel members, whether you're on YouTube or on Ko-fi. I really do appreciate the support you guys are showing me, especially the guys that have moved over from YouTube to Ko-fi, because I know you're losing the membership logo in the comment section next to your name. So I really do appreciate that. Ko-fi is a much better way to support any content creator that sets up on that, just because they take lower fees and sometimes even no fees. So I really do appreciate that. Of YouTube, to be frank and straight with you, YouTube takes at least 40% working out for membership fees. So there's a stark difference, and yeah, I really do appreciate every single one of you that supports me through either Ko-fi or YouTube. Right, so let's get into today's episode then. I think we're actually in the same in-game day, if I remember. I don't think I've switched over. I think August day 2 is where we left off. And the reason for that is we're going to go and sort that field out. We're going to harvest that in today's episode so we can, get set. I think after that we're going to try and buy one field. We were talking about the eggs being the source of income that does that. So fingers crossed that we work that out in the end. We also need to set up a course plate to do some fertilizing. I think I'm going to focus on getting the field harvested. We're going to bring that grain back and dry it out and just add it to the 60-odd thousand litres I think we've got of dried wheat already. So that's going to be the plan for today. I think, though, first, I'm just trying to figure out which tractor to do this in. Just trying to think. We don't need anything too beefy for this. I think this is probably the best one. Let's just unhitch this. I have given TMR as well, so that's all sorted. Got straw bed and everything. They're maxed out. That feed mix is a nice little addition, and it's going to max out max out the production rate and hopefully give us a lot of milk. Yeah, I need to try. I probably need to bring the harvester out for this, but I'm going to go and send the Renault down to the grass field, and we're going to use it to sort out the fertilising in that field. Because that last batch, you could call it, or cut that grass to make the last batch of silage before we sell it this year, so it's going to be a third cut, is going to be the most important one, because of the fact we can sell it in January, which is when the best time to sell is. So yeah, that's going to be important to do. But yeah, let's get this set up though, get it fully fertilised. It's the only field that we really need to focus on when it comes to like prepping for the next time round, just because we've got to finish off, well, purchasing really what we need to have for our obviously big crop field. Right, so what have we got in here? Looks like fertiliser. It is. Might need to take some more up there. I don't know if this is going to do it, but what we'll do is we'll drive it up there, and then we'll figure out after if we need to buy some more and send it down. We might need to do a bit of a bag run. We've got 12,750. Not going to be making much money in this episode. That's the only problem, so we don't want to use it all up. Plenty things to buy. Plenty things. Got a shopping list as long as me on, but we are chipping away at that, luckily. We did buy the feed mixer, which is pretty cool. We needed that, definitely. Ooh, got a bit of lag going on here. I don't know why. Right, let's just send that up there. And what we can do is send this up. Just checking the harvester. Probably would like to repair it. I have been quite conscious of that since I learned recently that, any damage on your harvester can affect yield, which is something I actually overlooked completely previously. So let's get this sorted. Let's just repair anything we need to do. So repair that 169. Doesn't need repairing. We'll repair that as well. So everything's now fully repaired. We've got enough fuel in there, which is great. So I'm thinking if I should drive this myself. I know it's going to take the new route. Oh man, this turn is not kind at all. There we go. Got it right this time. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll send it up. Just see what happens. Trying to think the best field number now, because probably need to change it to 1. We've got multiple waypoints here. We could send it up to 121 all the way down to here at 117. But I think I'm going to send it to 118. That should be all right. And then eventually, when we do finally get the finished field size, we will just sort that out with auto drive. There we go. That's that done. Okay, so we've got a bit of grass sitting there. Missed that bit. But let's see how far this goes. I imagine we're probably going to need to buy some big bags of fertilizer for this, even if it's just the one. Probably should be good enough for just one. Let's do two of them. Well, down that to 25. Shouldn't take long at all to do this anyway. I'm not entirely sure what he was doing then when it's just right in front of him. Sometimes courseplay, it just has a moment. I have noticed that, especially recently, since I feel like I'm getting more problems the more updates go on, not more fixes. I have to be honest, especially with the windrows. I've never had a solution for the windrows. But like, there's a tool offset for some random reason on this. Not sure why there's a natural tool offset. Now, what's that about? And if I actually click it, it detects a tool offset. So, yeah, very strange. That's why he was turning. Not sure why this happens. Especially, like I said, the windrows are a massive problem. Because it always detects the wrong width of a windrow. Always within courseplay. And pretty much every windrow I use. I don't know if it's like that for base game, because I don't really use many base game pieces of equipment, really. Especially tractors. So this guy's struggling. Not a very good start to this one, I'll be honest. Everyone's faffing. Like that cornering is awful. What's he done there? Right, so I've just had to tidy up that. That was a bit of a problem on the cornering there. Didn't like that with the harvester. This part of the road layout that we've done, the new road, going down to it, is the only potential issue we could have. Might have been better to drive through my farm, just because, yeah, it's very narrow, and that it doesn't like the turning on a harvester with the auto drive, because, you know, it's rear wheel turning, and it seems to kind of just, yeah, collide a lot more. But so far we're alright. I think from now on I'll try and take that entrance that I did. It's probably much easier to do that. But we'll let the guy fertilise and get on with that. Shouldn't take him too long. Hopefully he will last out. I'll have to keep checking. But yeah, our main focus is getting that wheat in and then drying it off just to add to the amount we've got, because that's going to be some cracking income when we get that. And unfortunately it isn't going to be in time for when we need to plant in. We've got, I think it was November is our latest point to plant in again into our big arable field. Now I want to buy one more field to complete that off for the next phase, and it's going to be a big field. It already is a massive field now with the two that we've added onto the last time round, because we obviously bought a canola field, harvested that. Now we've gone up and bought a wheat field, and I think there's one rye field that I'm trying to get. So that'll be 3 extra fields included in the one included into the wheat harvest that we did this time round. So it's going to be a big patch of land. Yeah, with that rye field, it's going to be a massive field to tackle. In fact, it makes me think this harvest is might need a bigger harvester with a bigger header. I mean, and I know I've just upgraded the header as well, so it's not ideal, but especially when we keep expanding out, it's gonna be tricky. I should probably take off super strength now that I've been able to sort the problem out with this guy in the cornering. But yeah, this will be a straightforward field, dead easy, quite nicely laid out, up and down stretches, not too much to faff about with, which makes a change. So the tank is empty on the fertilizer. So we're going to have to go and do that. We're going to have to make that our priority, because that grass is vital. It really is going to bring in a lot of money. Hopefully by that point we'll have the field, and it could be, you know, a really good way of paying off the loan we've got. So how far did he get? Do you know what? He didn't do too bad. I think yeah. Another one big bag and we should be good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send up just... I may as well go and buy... It is expensive though, we've only got 12.5. I'm just trying to think, should we buy some? Or thinking about more for the future, or should we just get what we need for now? Not sure. I think I'll just go and buy 2 big bags. That's probably the best thing to do. Right, the telehandler's on its way using auto drive up to the store. We're just going to quickly just go and drive this up to the harvest, up to the field where we're going to harvest. I don't think we're actually going to fill up this trailer at all. I think that small field is probably at best going to make, what, half, maybe half of this capacity. Pretty certain of it. And I have been looking at tractors as well every time an hour goes by, really in game. I'm looking to see if we've had anything else pop in, but it never seems to work out that way. I feel like it knows what we're looking for now, and it's holding off giving us the items that we need. Taking a bit of a risk here. So yeah, you probably just quickly saw that it's not brought anything in from the last time we looked, which is, I think the last time we looked we had a Fiat Agri, and then we had a new bale trailer. So pop in, but we don't need anything like that. We got plenty of trailers. Don't need a Fiat Agri. We need something with a bit more juice than a Fiat Agri. Nice tractor and everything, but not what we're after. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we're going to get something soon, because as soon as we do, take out a load, just get it in. It's going to be useful. And in fact, with the size fields we're aiming to work with, I think it's well overdue that we get a large tractor. Right, so everything's here ready, set up. We are going to do a bit of straw. We're going to sell that too. We may as well. So we could, in fact, just take up this as well. May as well, because this should find its way there. Just set 117. There we go. And he's still on his way there, so that actually gives me time to probably take this up as well. There we go. Now that's a hefty trailer, so I think I'm probably best going this route for this. So let's take this up there. We'll have everything set up then, ready to go. And we can finally get this done. There's a bit of faffing going on now. So I decided to drive this back myself instead of using auto drive, just because it actually, auto drive for some reason, it just unfolds the attachment on the front, so they're kind of like the forks. So it's easier just to drive this back myself, so we don't drop the bags off. Got 2,000 litres Origin fertilisers from the, I think it's the UK fertiliser bags. So they are suited to Court Farm. Got some UK style big bags. Now we're obviously not going to be using, hopefully not going to use all this 2,000 litres anyway. I hope not anyway, because we have to do another trip. It's a bit of a pain. We do need to do a bit of a bag run at some point. I think it's something we can do in the winter when we've kind of prepped, maybe a bit of contracts, try and get ourselves a little bit of money. Well, we're obviously going to earn quite a bit from doing the silage in January, and then we've got a few things selling after that, so we could probably do a bag run about then, thinking about it. And if we just park this there, it shouldn't get in the way too much, and we can carry that course on. Right, so last waypoint. I think they're going to try and reverse, so we need to go back a little bit. Start it from there. There we go. Finally. We're getting there. We're getting there. And, yeah, let's go and do this then. I should have now, out in here, looks like everything is sitting there ready. Yep, it is. That's great. Got the baler and the bale collector. So we can proper crack on with this now. Now, I'm going to do this all myself. Not going to use any course plate, auto drive or anything like that. We're already kind of We've spent enough as it is in this episode with the amount that we've got. We don't want to keep going down by using the workers. Let's just get everything set up, brought over there at least. Yeah, we're going to sell the straw, so we should make a bit of money, actually. Not going to make much. I imagine we'll probably get a few bales off this, not many at all. The yield's not going to be the best as well, because it's a field that we've bought, so it's not going to be up to the maximum potential. But, you know, here's hoping we get enough to just bring that up to at least 10,000 or something. We'll find out. Right, so let's get this done then. Should be dropping straw. And off we go. Yeah, I am hoping for a decent yield, but it doesn't look too good so far. We're probably getting about 50-60%, I think, maybe. Maybe about 70 if we're lucky. Not the best one so far. But that's what happens when you buy a field. And, yeah, 9 times out of 10. I think, in fact, all the times you buy a field, the precision farming score is probably like quite neutral. Now, I did scan the field, so we can have a quick look at that just to see. Hopefully I'm on a good stretch here. I'm not gone too far over. So, good field type. Loads of loam in this area, which is going to help us out. pH is not very good. Nitrogen's pretty awful as well. So yeah, this isn't going to be the best at all. But at least we're getting some straw, and we're taking in as much as we can. If we get an extra 10,000 litres of wheat, that's obviously going to be really good, because you know, we can add it to the 60,000 that we're currently sitting at. And we can have a quick look at our stock check just to see. So we've got 14,000 litres of wheat. We're keeping that for the chickens. I think it's probably going to go off track soon. There we go. Corn and canola. We're going to sell the canola. Probably need to. We can probably sell the corn as well now. So that's all going to be extra money around December, January time. We're going to have a massive influx. November, we're going to sell the eggs. And that's going to be hopefully what's going to make us the money to buy the other field, which is over 100,000. So, you know, currently we need to make quite a lot of eggs to hit that target or get close to it. But we're already doing all right with 54. We've also got wool and fabric. Fabric's not till May, though, so we won't see anything back from that just yet. But the silage we make as well to sell in January, that's going to be really important. Now, I did go into G, remove out the hedge, so you can see now, pretty much looking at this corner, how big this field's going to be when it's fully planted with... I don't know what we'll do next year, but we're definitely going to do something that's either wheat, oats, or barley, because we can dry it off and make more money from it. So it's going to be one of them three. I mean, we'll just keep buying the wood chips. We could get something and chop a few trees down. That we've got a few on our land that we could chop down and shred into wood chips, but I just think it just makes more sense to buy the wood chips, because it's not the cheapest thing in the world to get something that's going to be like a wood chipper, unless we find a modded version like a static one. But I think the ones that we've got in game, you know, the 40,000, 30,000, something like that, so not really worth doing. So let's carry on looking at this then. We've got milk, obviously that's just selling every day. Where's the... There it is. So we've got dry wheat currently at 60,000 litres. So if we go up to 70, you know, we're going to be well over 100,000 there. And that's January as well. So come January, the end of January, we should have a really good amount of money. Chip away at our loan, which is... If we have a look, we've got one big loan of 300,000. So we can keep chipping away at that. So fingers crossed. Yeah, fingers crossed. By the start of next year, at the end of January, we should hopefully have paid off a good chunk of that loan. I'm also hoping we get a large tractor by then. And, yeah, maybe added a few things from the shopping list as well. So we're getting full. There we go. So we'll stop there. Let's get into... Oh, this guy's finished, so that was pretty quick. Didn't use anywhere near a full amount, but that's good, because that's ready for the next time round. Now, if we just have a look, we have a 99% expected yield. I'm very happy with that. Field still be maxed out at 100 as well, so that's good. And what we can do is just send this back. There's no point in it sitting around here. Scroft farm. Can't send that back because it will unfold that tool, so that just easier not to do that. Well, I'll do that in between the episode of the next one. We will be bypassing time for the next episode. We'll make a good dent. Yeah, because thinking about it, we're waiting for a grass, obviously, to mow. We can't really do much else. It's just contract works we can do. So, we'll see. We'll see what we can actually get up to. Try and calculate, how many months we've got. We've got, what, another day in August. Then we've got the whole September and October. And could potentially sell it like mid-November, our eggs. But we've got to plant in before the end of November. I'm sure if we look at the crop calendar, yes, it is. So wheat, barley, and oat, end of November is our cut-off point. So by that time, we need to buy a field. We need to buy the rye field that will probably be harvested by then anyway. So we're going to miss out on getting that to harvest. I'm pretty certain of that. Right. Yep. So it's the exact same. So yeah, we do need to figure it out, kind of come up with a bit of a plan for that. But we can't do anything until we've got the money to buy another field, because I've definitely set that as a target. And then I think, it's going to be even bigger then. It's going to stretch out quite a bit. It's just going to be, I think it'll probably be the maximum this harvester should be able to do. We should be looking at a bigger harvester after that. Definitely need a big tractor, but then we're going to also need a big harvester. Ugh, it's never ending. It's never ending. The bigger fields you get, the bigger equipment you need. But we'll get there. I'm not gonna. This is one of the series that I'm determined to make sure, I carry on and hit my goals.
I'm in the back seat. You should probably take the wheel. I'm kinda twisted inside, and I don't know where I'm going. I'm just here for the ride, okay? Here comes a double vision. Does Megan Fox have a twin or something? Might be the Prozac kicking in, but she tossed her drink in my face, and I didn't even flinch. My mom says love's not easy. Just keep your head held high. People will find you pretty. I just wonder where they are. You like my Batman t-shirt? It costs like $50. Someone must think I'm pretty fly right now. Maybe I'm going crazy. Can't catch a break lately. And I just wonder what you gotta do to get a little baby. You look amazing. I said it, I meant it. And I just wonder what you gotta do to get a little love. Get a little. What you gotta do? What? Did somebody just say hello? Nah, I'm flying Han style, solo. Do you like that Star Wars reference, baby? There's more where that came from. Catch a movie later? Guess I'll see you around. I got a busy week too, I'm watching X-Files. Could be the Mai Tai doing things, but hey, you know what? I'm calling that a win. My mom says love's not easy. Just keep your head held high. People will find you pretty. I just wonder where they are. I got one extra ticket. Do you like Comic-Con? Someone must think I'm pretty fly right now. Maybe I'm going crazy. Can't catch a break lately. And I just wonder what you gotta do to get a little baby. You look amazing. I said it, I meant it. And I just wonder what you gotta do to get a little love. Mr. Spock, Chewbacca, Gandalf's beard. What you gotta do to get a little. I get this. My mom says love's not easy. Just keep your head held high. Bet people think I'm pretty fly right now. Maybe I'm going crazy. Can't catch a break lately. And I just wonder what you gotta do you gotta do to get a little baby. You look amazing. I said it, I meant it. And I just wonder what you gotta do to get a little love. Legos and Cheetos. Part of the fly. It's Wingardium Leviosa. What you gotta do to get a little. What you gotta do to get a little love.
Right, that's job done on that field. We have now, I'm going to actually go into flight mode. I think that's much better because we can have a good bird's eye view of what we got cracking over here. So there you go. That's going to be our edge over that side and potentially all the way to the end of that rye field there. So where that second hedgeland is, it's going to go all the way across to there. That's going to be the next harvest, but we need to buy that field first. But I think that's not too bad. I mean, it's a massive field. A big improvement on anything we've done. Now, we'll do a new field boundary, and I'm hoping that we could potentially have here the biggest field potentially on Court Farms. I don't know if we're there yet, because I think 46 is the biggest. I know 6 is quite close, but 46 is the biggest. But, God, we've got to be getting close there, because we'll be down, to 116 to 121. I'm going to check it out, but we'll find out if it is. It could potentially be that. It's close, if anything. Now, I did actually have a problem whilst getting to the baler because I'd added in the twine and net wrap mod just because I did a few edits on that mod itself just to change like base, just to change the values of the bales, not for straw because straw are already quite good, and I just changed the mass of the bale as well. So I added that in, but then realised this baler needed some net wrap, so I actually spawned some in, which I don't like doing. I do like going collected, but I spawned it in. I have put it down the side there, so we will use that up, and I will bring it back at some point to the farm and store it away. But I did buy it. It's just I used the shop delivery, which I don't usually like doing, but full transparency, I did spawn that in. So yeah, not too bad. We did make some money though. We're up to 12,300. It's kind of like where we started off, really. We're at 12,300. So them straw bales made us a bit of cash, kind of give us the money back we used for, the fertilizer. But now what we're going to do is we're going to finish off by just quickly taking this 20,000 litres of wheat. Now, I'm pretty happy with that, I think that's pretty good. I'll leave all that out. I'll sort that out in between this episode and the next one. Going to have to do quite a bit of tidying up for the next episode, I think, because, definitely going to progress a bit of time. But I've also added in as well, add blue. So, I don't know if you noticed that at the bottom right. I've not usually used that mod, just because I found when it first came out, I had a few conflicts, but that's could be like a year ago since I used that mod. So I thought, it's been a year, there's probably been a few changes, a few fixes, a few compatible issues sorted out, or compatibility issues sorted out. So I thought I'd give it a go again, because I do like playing with mods like that just add to the realism. And, certain tractors are going to have add blue in like this JCB does. So we've got that going on currently. I've even added the grease mod. I don't know if you've seen that as well. So I think that means the trailer needs a bit of grease. We're gonna see if we can figure that out as well for the next episode, and I'll showcase that off. But just trying to add a few little good realistic mods, just improve the gameplay. We're gonna go and drop this off though. We're gonna dry it out, and that's gonna add an extra 20,000 litres to what we're doing there. I have got 14,000 litres left, and I've tried to calculate with the chickens what we've got. Now, they require 20,000, I think, a year. So we've currently got 3,400 left in. So we can take that off what we've got in storage, which is 14,000. So I think we should be okay there. We might be cutting it fine, but we should, we'll have done another harvest by that point. I am going to just take all this to sell. Money's more important right now. I know the eggs are really good, but if it comes to it, we can always buy back like a couple of big bags of wheat for the chickens. So what we want to do is get the trigger first, not tip like that. That's a definite. Where is it? I think that's in. We'll find out if it's there. We go. Spot on. I like this trailer because it takes a while to lift up. I might actually change some of the tip angles on some of these. See, that one's not bad at all. It takes that long to lift up that it's not an issue. Right, so anyway, let's get this sorted out. Get this ticking along. Got another 20,000 litres to go through. It will go quite quick, definitely. So we can activate that. And we've got a bit of wood chips. We could buy a few more, just maybe 1,000. I mean, they're only cheap. 10,000 is like that much, but we'll just get another 1,000. That should tie us over, and we'll have 70,000 then. Now, I do want to give Cartech a proper shout out, because in the last episode I was a bit unsure, is this mod by Cartech? And it is. So he is a YouTuber as well. Go check out his channel, Cartech. He's made this mod, so big hats off to him. It's a brilliant mod, and kind of gives you a bit more of an incentive, especially with these cereal type crops. So yeah, massive shout out to Cartech. Go check out his channel. Also, find this mod up, give it 5 stars and all that good stuff, because yeah, got to support the modders and also support fellow content creators. So hats off to Cartech. Really do enjoy this mod, and I'm going to be using it going through this whole series, definitely. So I think we've done pretty well. We're kind of at a crossroads now, though. I feel like we're going to need to wait it out a bit. There's not much else to do. We could either go one way and just do some contracts, or we can speed up time and kind of hit to the point where we're going to be making cash and probably doing a bit of mowing. It's difficult to tell. I mean, we're in, what growth stage are we in? We might be able to predict this now for this grass field. So we're kind of in, we've got 2 more growth stages to go. So that's September, October. So we won't be mowing this for its 3rd cut until October. So we could at least go to October. Just trying to figure out what we've got to do until then. We can't really do anything with these fields, because there's no point in prepping and mulching, anything like that. We're going to do that all in one go. We're going to obviously sort out the 2 gaps in between field 121 and 120, and the same for the 119 and 120. We're going to sort it out, make it one big field, and do a new field boundary, but we also need to do it down at 116. So I'm going to wait until I buy that field before I even start thinking about prepping this field to plant in for the end of November at the latest. Like I said, we're not going to be doing any mowing until October, but that's the start of October, so that's not too bad. Gives us a bit of, we can speed up time and fly through. If we look at our stock checker, and actually, I wish I could sort this by month, so I was seeing what's coming up in sell prices. But we're looking for anything that's probably going to be September, October. So we've got milk, but that's just going to sell itself. Water, we're not even worried about that. So everything else is pretty much, there's nothing going to sell in that point except milk. Now, I'm not storing up milk. Milk's just selling itself. Hopefully that'll give me enough money to go through the 2 months without needing to earn anything. But I'm thinking I might just progress time until October for the next episode and get this field mowed up, so we can start doing the silage, getting that fermented. And yeah, we're gonna be selling eggs. That's the main thing. We need to get eggs sold in November as well. So we could do that, and then maybe if we got enough time, we could skip through to November, see what the price of eggs is, see what we're potentially going to get. And we could buy the field, so then on the episode after that, we've got the field that we need. We can start working on getting it all set up, prepped, and planted all in one episode. It's going to be a lot of work. Going to need the help from Courseplay, auto drivers, as you can imagine. But I think we can do it. I think we can. We're obviously going to get a load of money coming in after that. It's just our first challenge is making silage. Then we need to prep the field, plant in. Then after that, we need to sell all our goods that are coming in on year 4, the start of year 4. So a lot to work on, a lot coming up. Hopefully the next 2 episodes will be pretty good, and we'll start seeing some reward. Fingers crossed. But on that note, I am going to leave the video there. Thanks for watching. Really do appreciate it. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, because that does help my channel out. And if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator.